Welcome to the My Rowdy Friends podcast. Rowdy Yates from the palatial studios of RFC Media in Houston, Texas. My special guest is Daniel Wong, who I have not seen.
20 years.
20 years, can you believe that? I love this guy's story, and we're going to get into this in just a little bit. But I was very, very excited when I read the other day that you have decided to run for county judge where I live in Fort Bend County. And that got me very, very excited. I picked up the phone and I was like, I have to be a part of this somehow, some way. I wanted to start with what kind of impressed me about you years ago. When I was a resident of Sugar Land, you were a city councilman in Sugar Land. I think you did 3 terms, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I witnessed some wonderful growth in that city, things that the city needed from an infrastructure standpoint and from just things that made the city more attractive, brought more jobs, brought more people. And I have learned over the years working with a team and as a collaborative effort that you never do this stuff on your own. And as I started asking questions, it occurred to me that while there might have been a face of the place, the guy that was doing all of the heavy lifting behind the scenes was this guy named Daniel Wong. And again, when I found out that you had filed the paperwork and were going to run for county judge, I was like, I have seen this guy in action and can only imagine what benefit we will see from your guidance and your leadership and your background and your experience if the voters get out and elect you and put you in that office.
Rowdy, it's great to see you.
Yeah.
During that time, Sugar Land was growing. You remember that? I think the population when I was elected on city council is around 60,000, things like that. Now it's 110 or 120. We were able to develop the city, lower the property tax. I think we really make Sugar Land the place to live and to work and to live.
And you talk about when you moved to Sugar Land. I mean, I was thinking about that just driving into the office this morning. When we moved there, the population was 55,000 people.
Sort of like that. I remember I moved to Fort Bend County in 1990. During that time, Highway 6 has only one stop sign. That's it. That's why I want to extend this kind of development into Fort Bend County. And we have the formula to do it. Let's do it together.
Let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room here.
Okay.
You and I don't sound a whole lot alike.
No, man. Your voice is more perfect. Yeah. No, what can I say?
Well, you've got a very strong Asian accent,
yeah, exactly.
And most people notice that right away. But what they need to know is that you really are one of the smartest, toughest leaders I know that I have ever met. Would you say that your determination, your life experience, I guess grit is probably a good enough word, probably the best word, that it took to build your life, set you apart from your typical politician?
I never think about being a politician or do something extraordinary. It's just because of my faith taught me that I have to give back to the community. That's what my belief is.
You brought up faith, and you and I actually had a little chat about that before the cameras started rolling. You really have a pretty inspiring story about your arrival in this country and what happened to you literally on day one.
I was a selfish teenager trying to come to this country and get as much as possible. But the first day I saw the Statue of Liberty, it changed my mind. And at the same time, the day one I met a Christian and it changed my life. I became a Christian. The faith changed me totally. And I have a drive that I want to give back to this community, and I know how to do it.
Sheriff Milton Wright was a very good friend of mine for a lot of years when he ran the sheriff's department. I was amazed at the times that I was able to sit down and chat with him and see him in action and see how he worked, that the job of sheriff was a lot less about chasing taillights, bad boys, what you gonna do. For him, it was things like negotiating contracts to get fish sticks cheaper for the prisoners, or how he came up with an affordable lunch program for his own deputies that could eat right there in the jail. So when you think of a job like county judge, it isn't courtrooms, it isn't gavels. It's about running Fort Bend County like a business. You are a very successful business owner. There's budgeting, there's roads, emergency planning and infrastructure. I think the big question that people want to know is, are you ready for that? Are you ready for all of that?
I'm pretty confident that I will be able to run Fort Bend County in the way that is physical, conservative, at the same time being able to serve the people, provide service to the people. Fort Bend County, the client is our residents. We need to know how to serve them.
The sitting county judge is KP George, who is not without controversy. It kind of seems to follow him around. Really, just recently, we've seen criminal accusations. There's upcoming trials. I have been a resident of this county since the 90s, like you. And when his name comes up in conversation, it's just like, oh my God, it's such an embarrassment. And I'm not trying to put words in your mouth here, but don't you think a lot of what has gone on that he is directly or indirectly tied to has really given the county a black eye?
Well, we all witnessed what happened last 7 years under his watch. Well, right now his case is going through court. We'll let the court decide, of course, but we all know that our reputation has been tarnished. They're not talking good about Fort Bend County. It's bad for business thinking about coming to Fort Bend County. It's bad for people even associated with Fort Bend County. That's why I'm running for county judge. I think we need a new leadership. I think we need some honesty. We need some transparency for the county. And I think I can provide it.
I don't mean to drop a whole lot of names here, but I did want to bring one up. Antonio Scallywag ain't no friend of mine. For those of you who don't know, KP George, a staff member, and we don't know who all else, was involved in kind of a really dirty bit of electronic politics where there was a gentleman who was portraying himself as another individual to basically cast negative light on Trevor Nels when he was running for county judge. And as this all unfolded years after KP George was elected, we find out that in fact was manufactured and engineered by a member of his staff. And now KP George himself has got himself in a sticky wicket with this. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I know both the Nels guys. I can remember Troy when he was just working for the Richmond Police Department.
What they did is deplorable.
Yeah.
Trevor Nell is my friend. Mm-hmm. We know each other over 20, 30 years already. Man, he's a long-time friend, and I know his character. He's such an upright guy.
How can you actively conduct county business if you are embroiled in a trial?
Our party, Republican Party, and his old party, Democratic Party, and my press release all call for his resignation right now. We cannot force him to do anything, but we all call for his resignation. I think it will be best for the county if he resigns.
Why do you think he flipped parties? What was that all about?
That is a great question. I think everybody asks me, and that's interesting because whenever I go, I'm going out to campaign right now, going to the community, going to talk to people. Everybody asks me about why he's switching party. I don't think he's welcome.
I am not a numbers guy. Math was never my thing. And correct me if these figures are incorrect here. I believe the number I read was a 78% increase in the budget, and taxpayers, since he took office, have seen an increase of 48%.
That's why I'm asking the resident of Fort Bend County, last 7 years, do you feel you're getting more services? I don't believe that.
Right.
So that's why we need to look at that very carefully. I just need to be a county judge and making sure that it will happen.
You know, my wife reminded me of something that you and I were involved with years and years ago. And this was really right after the new City Hall had been built in Sugar Land.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The radio station that I worked for was able to arrange a show with an up-and-coming group that was actually called Sugarland.
Yes.
And we did an event called Sugarland in Sugarland, and I remember how much fun that was. And that was really about the time that I really started paying more attention to the back end of politics and the people that were really hanging on to the rudder. And again, we had this young, handsome, charismatic, great teeth, great hair, Opie Taylor kind of mayor at the time, but it was people like you that didn't seem to be interested in the self-promotion, the political speeches, and that's when I got to appreciate your no-nonsense approach, your results-driven approach, because you're not auditioning for a job to be a Hollywood movie star. You're trying to be the man behind the business of the county. I mean, can you be a non-political politician?
I think I'm a non-political politician. I am good making sure that policy is implemented or set up and implemented. I'm good at making sure infrastructure is being planned. I like planning. I'm very good at making sure that our client is taken care of, meaning if I become county judge, all the residents of Fort Bend County is my client. We need to take care of them. This organization, Fort Bend County, need to change to be a service-oriented organization. That's what I like to do. Truly, I'm not running for Hollywood movie star, but I think I will be a good county judge, making sure that Fort Bend County is in good hands.
Can you confirm a rumor for me?
What rumor?
A little birdie told me that your engineering firm was part of either the design or the construction of the launch pads at the SpaceX facility in Texas. Is that right?
Elon Musk is my client. I cannot deny it.
Okay.
That's what we're working in a very small part of Tesla. I have an office in Austin serving particularly the Tesla project. And also I have an office in Harlingen serving the SpaceX project. So I cannot say any bad thing about my client, Elon Musk.
Yeah. Bet you didn't know I was going to go that deep into the research.
You did.
Green energy, you have a little background in that too.
Energy is in my blood. I still remember serving on city council in 2006, 2008, when we negotiated the natural gas price. That was so high. You remember those times?
Don't remind me.
Yeah, it's so high because we were importing natural gas. Lo and behold, during about 2008 time frame, we created fracking. We invented fracking in America.
Get
you
out.
Remember that? Really impressed of those people, not me. Those people created fracking. Created such things, such fracking will lift us into a independent energy country. We are self-sufficient because of the oil and gas. So now I remember during that time we were working with a company called Cheniere Energy. During that time, they were trying to build a facility to import natural gas. So they convert themselves into an export facility. They are my great client. At least I can proudly say Daniel Wong is involved in a very small part of making America energy independent.
It is my sincerest hope that I asked all the right questions today, because again, I called you, and people really took the time to get to know a little bit more about you as a person and as a candidate. With the election date kind of in focus, people have got some tough choices to make when it comes to casting their vote. If they're looking for the county judge who's going to fix roads, tackle these flooding issues, keep us safe, manage the growth responsibly, cut the wasteful spending, lower the tax burden, bring more state support to Fort Bend County, I'm just going to look you in the eye and ask, are you that guy?
I can tell everyone here, if you want status quo, you don't have to elect me. But if you want a new leadership, I am the guy who can change this county. I'm the guy who can take Fort Bend County to a new level because I know how to do it.
Full disclosure. You paid me nothing for this time today. This was all initiated by me. And I'll tell you, literally within 1 day of seeing on Facebook that you were running for county judge, I thought to myself, this is a man whose story needs to be told. And I'm really glad that you came. And next time, I hope it's not 20 years since we sit down and chat.
Absolutely.
And next time we do this, it will probably be from the brand new studios located in Richmond, filmed in Veranda Vision.
I'm looking forward to that.
From the new My Rowdy Friends video suite.
And I want to congratulate you again for being inducted into The Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Really appreciate
Appreciate
that.
it. Good
Thank
to see
you so
again.
much. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.